Have you ever wondered what makes a whale? Whale? What compels them to spend thousands of dollars on pixels and colors? What makes them such a destructive force in the gaming industry? To really know that answer, we'd probably have to speak to their therapist. So instead, we're going to settle with their replies in my YouTube comments section. A few months back, I made a video titled The Era of Wallet Gamers, in which we took a bit of a deep dive into some of the degenerate whaling behavior and watched a few people embarrass themselves.
Was it worth it?
Yeah. No, totally. I mean, look, it's like...
And that video sort of blew up. So of course it got the attention of several whales who took offense to my comments that I made in the video. But that's what the YouTube comment section is for their chance to respond. So let's take a look at the responses.
Yikes! We call all you guys pocket watchers. Just because you don't have the funds to enjoy a game in whatever way you choose, don't mean others don't. Half you guys waste money on drugs, going out to eat, and shoot clubbing every weekend.
Shoot clubbing? What the fuck does that even mean?
Add it all up and see how much you spent. Ain't no difference. This is some people's club/drug, and that is fine. One life to live, whatever makes you happy, you spend your money. If you die tomorrow, you cannot take it with you.
Okay, first of all, pocket watchers. Alright guys, you heard it here first. We're being labeled as pocket watchers. Go ahead and wear that badge of honor with pride. Second, this gentleman equates whaling with drugs. So here's where we actually do agree, so that's nice. And lastly, he acknowledges that we can't take our microtransactions with us when we die. It's almost like he's arguing against microtransactions here with that point, but whatever. So this is a pretty common response I see echoed in other comments as well, and that it's because we're poor, and that if we were rich, we'd be spending like whales too. And that's one of the biggest copes out there for whales, that if people had money like them, they'd be whaling too. Wrong. A lot of us out here have an IQ above room temp, so we aren't going to be spending thousands on pixels, even if we do have the money. And a lot of us do, we just spend it on things that actually matter. If you've made the mistake like I have of buying microtransactions in the past, it doesn't take long to realize it's just a temporary dopamine hit that almost immediately makes you feel buyer's remorse. So I don't know how some of these copers are out here spending 5 to 6 figures on just microtransactions. In fact, let's hear from one such fellow in the next comment who came out swinging like he's God's greatest keyboard warrior.
Cry about my $14,000 in COD mobile skins. It's not your money. You didn't earn it. If I want to look fresh, I'm not dumping 200 hours into a game just to get something slightly better looking than the default Slin. You can grind that all you like, because you have no job. I'm not going to tell you to get a job or education, because I'm not a need-do little crybaby.
Okay, wait for it. It's about to get really good.
How is my gun turning your dead body into a snowman, or green puddle of condensed scrub juice reducing your fun? You sound like you're mad that high IQ people have more money to spend. What a joke.
This is a prime example of a low IQ person not realizing that they are in fact not high IQ, because nobody with an IQ over 80 would leave this type of comment, but I digress.
I have 14,000 search and destroy games and 7,000 battle royale games on my account. 201,000 cadles. If I was like you, I'd expect all that for free. Not even free, but on the dime of Activision for development and server costs. You're a leech. You get to play games I fund with Slim purchases for free. How about a touch of gratitude in your voice when you speak?
God, dude. I mean, what do I even say to this? This man is Activision's favorite little soldier. Pure delusion. Now, this is truly a very sad person, if you really stop and think about it, but you know what, guys? We need to show some gratitude to doormats like this, because he is funding our games with slins, after all. Now, this next guy, I don't think you guys are ready for this next guy. He got pretty creative.
Some dude who spends extra money on games totally smashed this guy's one and only girlfriend once, and this is the response. So much hate and anger like he's the Adolf of what he called wallet gamers. I'm sure YouTube subs have never helped buy microtransactions for many other YouTubers ever. Maybe add some more rules. 1. Never subscribe to a channel if it's a gaming channel because the extra money might be too much of a temptation for them. And we have to keep the gamer race pure. This is what you sound like, kiddo. So I'm gonna call you a Nazi gamer. Gamers who think by overthinking and crying. It gives them a valid reason to act superior towards ... mobile gamers and free-to-play games ... Using 3 extreme examples to overgeneralize? Bit hysterical and dramatic and womanly, eh? Maybe that's why she left, mate. Cry and poop your pants all you want. Servers, updates, and new content all cost money. It's not like the company's parents are paying for it while running it out of their basement. And not like you're complaining anytime you pay extra on OF or PH. Pay to FAP, in case you didn't know. Fact is, it's not your place or business what people do with their wallets. And it never will be. Noon cares if you are mad.
This comment made my day, man. Holy shit, what a legendary comment. I think this one speaks for itself, really, but I'll respond to his accusations just for fun. For one thing, I'm happily married, and my wife isn't someone that would be swooning over a gaming whale in the first place. I have a job, I'm not a Nazi, I don't pay to FAP, and I don't poop my pants. So I'll go ahead and say that this good Christian man is a bit off base with his conclusions. Now, the money spent from this next whale had me gasping for the inhaler, and I'm not even asthmatic. So prepare yourselves.
$356,000 on NBA 2K. Probably another $150,000 over the life of playing other video games. I just love to hear all the people complain and tell me I'm the reason for all their problems.
Holy shit. Over $500,000 on microtransactions. And that's what he can name off the top of his head. The real number is probably much higher. His comment then goes on to say that he owns 2 homes and donates to charity and is a good member of society, and asks why should we care and villainize him. Now, this dude is not representative of the majority at all of gamers, but as I've said in the past, games are being made for people like this in mind. And he even admits that a bit further down in the comment.
I myself dislike the modern corporate gaming era, even if I get special treatment from them, free money in-game to keep me playing, asking me what I'd like to see changed in the game, etc. I don't agree with special treatment. I give away the free money, and some to other players. I decline any offers for my input to affect the gameplay.
The dude just casually admits that video game companies actually reach out to and get input from whales. They give them special treatment. And if this is to be believed, then this only further proves my theory that video games are being designed for whales from the ground up. They are at the forefront of the minds of the leaders at these game studios and publishers. Absolutely insane. The rest of his comment, he spends being triggered about being labeled an addict and is out of control, and that he's actually super smart because he made his millions, but I'll let you guys decide what to take away from this comment. I'm just blown away by the special treatment bit. Now, some whales are a bit more regretful and have since changed their ways. I spent nearly 10k on World of Tanks. I learned, and when I played War Thunder, I only spent 1.2k. Which, by the way, buddy, you did not learn anything so far. If you go based off $1 per 1 hour of time spent, I did get my value, even exceeding it, but still I wouldn't do either again. I still play both for free now since there's no need to buy more. Was fun for me, but all over, shit that should have been in a base $60 game. Alright, so by the end of this guy's story, he seemed to have finally learned. So can we get a round of applause for this man learning? I contributed to this issue. I was addicted to this gacha game, Fate Grand Order. I've spent over $20,000 US on that game. It was not worth it. I regret it a lot. All the other things I could have bought with that money. Now I'm happy I'm free to play with games that do have microtransactions. I might pay a few dollars here and there for some cosmetics, so in a way I'm still contributing to the problem. But I need to start speaking up to this. So lessons sort of learned, but still buying cosmetics. However, they are self-aware to it, so that's a start at least. As a person who has been a whale in many mobile games, I can say that this video is entirely accurate. I was unfortunate enough to be introduced to this style of gaming at the age of 14, and would spend all of my Christmas and birthday money on BS in mobile games, instead of enjoying my childhood. One thing people don't talk about is the massive influence the industry has on turning children into mindless, compulsive spenders with zero self-control. By the age of 20, I had dropped more than $30,000 on mobile games alone in my life. I was a pizza delivery boy who spent every extra cent I had on these games, and it was a crippling lifestyle that just continued to feed itself. Thank God, I finally got out. And the top reply to that comment said, "Jesus, I'm a fucking drug addict. And when I was using speed, I wasn't even spending that much money. These games need to be regulated. Mobile games should not be able to financially ruin you more than drug addiction." Regulating these games and banning egregious monetization like this is something I'd really love to see, get rid of free-to-play entirely, and if anything, live service games should just switch to subscription only, or an expansion model. No microtransactions, period. I don't think that's what's going to happen. There's likely no turning back from where this industry is at this point, but that's what I really, truly hope to see. In-game monetization has been plaguing the industry for far too long. But now, for my favorite comments.
If you're broke, just say that. Broke boy complaining about pay to win, lol. You legit just sound like the average salty broke guy, LMAO. If you're broke and don't have the extra cash flow, just say that. Don't bitch because people have it better off than you and don't have time to play weeks on end like a child. Broke boy bitching.